me, oh, well, I want to see the kids for holidays. So put them on a plane, and at the time, I trusted him. I should have never trusted him because he refused to give the kids back. It's been 25 years now. I've been disconnected from my own kids, and of course, I did everything I could to get them back. I went all the way through to the international court in La Haye in Holland. I went all the way up to the French justice, and I did obtain the solely custody by the French court, the solely custody. But there is no agreement between America and Europe. No justice agreement, except for drugs. But for kidnapping, they don't have agreement.
Oh, no. So they're in the United States then, in the Scientology thing?
Yes. I will be there for my kids when they go out. I will be there. But, you know, they are so brainwashed. Because the outworld outside is devilized.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like the devil. You know, you're going to die. Outside Scientology, you're going to die.
Yeah, you're told that. You're actually told that. If you leave, you will die. Horrible things will happen to you. You'll get in a car wreck. Fires will happen. It's terrible what they tell you.
It's terrible. And it's not only COS, not only Church of Scientology, but most of cults say the same thing.
How many years have you been out of Scientology now? 25
years, and I'm still recovering. And I still suffer from PTS syndrome, you know, the post-traumatic syndrome disorder. And twice a month I have terrible nightmares. I want to escape. I want to escape. And I cry because I can't escape, you know. It's a terrible nightmare. I would to add, Scientology is an extremely dangerous cult because it makes the apology that death does not exist. Death is not dangerous because they call it, you drop the body and you pick up another one and then you come back, you know. That is not important. You are not a body, you are a soul. Therefore, death is not important.
You know, I think you just hit on a fantastic point, Nefertiti, because I've been thinking about this as well, that whether you believe in an afterlife or not, you know, some people do, some don't, but it seems that skews the opinion about war and some other things, because in a way it sort of minimizes life here and now. And I notice on religious sites a lot of times they're the ones that seem to be very supportive of wars. And I think that part of that is that they think, oh, well, these people that die are just going to heaven or they're going to reincarnate or come back. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it is a total devaluation of human life. And once you convince people that death does not matter, then you can turn them into absolute slaves, because you can say what you're doing right now is the greatest good for the greatest number, so your family doesn't matter. Your goals don't matter. Going to school doesn't matter. What matters is being here right now and working 10 to 16 hours a day so that you can help the cause, which frees people. Isn't that ironic? They turn them into slaves, telling them they're going to free people. And because human life is so devalued, it becomes so unimportant. What a fantastic way that is to completely trap people.
Now, for the people in these camps, you know, where you're being reprogrammed or whatever, and if they happen to die, is that viewed as a, oh, well, they just released, you know, whatever these attachments are? I'm not familiar with the terminology, but all these things that you have to clear, do they think that somehow clears the person of?
They blame the person and say it is the person's fault and that they will just come back, that they were a screw-up anyway. So what they're going to do is, are gone, good riddance to bad rubbish. It's a terrible point of view.
Oh, that's just creepy.
There is, you know, this self-appointed dictator. David Miscavige is a psychotic person who rules the cult now. And I am very afraid that whenever he decides it, a lot of suicide can be committed within the cult. He said, the guru said, Ronald Hubbard said, if you really want to enslave people, tell them you are going to give them total freedom. If you really want to enslave people, tell them you are going to give them total freedom. And he said also that 20% of the society should be institutionalized.
Yes, I saw that.
You know, there's one other line that I really like, and that comes directly from L. Ron Hubbard, and that is, how you control people is to lie to them.
You see, so when a guru says that 20% of the people of any society has no right, any civil right of any kind, 20% of the society, I mean, this is a fascist organization. It's very dangerous. That makes the dangerosity of that cult. And experts say that the Church of Scientology is the most dangerous cult in the world because of all this teaching they still believe in. You know, it's.
Would you recommend for people to continue to tell their stories as a way to maybe helping people deal with these issues, or?
Oh, you have to be a dinosaur like I am to have the strength to denounce the abuse, even anonymously. Oh, you have to be a dinosaur. You cannot ask them because they suffered so much. And if, yes, they can join us, they can write, but you cannot ask them to go public because it would be like a double sentence. Understand? So people like me, you know, undercover, protect yourself because we can be sued, lied, attacked, because we are suppressive. So we are targets. And OSA, which is a criminal organization, which is, you know, the Gestapo, they have secret services, and they can destroy again your life. So, no, people like me, they should do undercover because we are under threat.
That's the part that just blows my mind about all of this, is the fact that, you know, how people years after, I mean, it's been 25 years for you, and I know, Sate, you've dealt with some of this too, that, I mean, it's just like this ongoing thing where they still monitor everything that you do and try to silence you guys.
Yes.
That's right, but you know, they are becoming much less powerful than ever before. There are way too many people. There have been thousands of people now coming out and telling their stories. I think that it's good for people to know that, you know, speaking out is so important. We can save hundreds or thousands of lives by telling our story, and that it is possible to do it anonymously. A lot of people have done it anonymously on the web, and then they decide, what the heck? What more can they do to me? They've destroyed my family. They took all my money. They wrecked my family. So what more can they do? And then they decide to just speak out in their own voice. So we have a lot of people, a lot more people that are doing that these days, even compared to 10 years ago. There are so many more people that are speaking out now. I think it's fantastic. And the more people that speak out and tell their story, the more that you see that it's believable across the board. Because you hear one story and you think, oh my gosh, that's just too crazy. Maybe this person is a little bit off. Then you read 10 stories. Then you read 20. Then you read 50. And you get the idea that this is something that is very big, much bigger than you thought, and much, much worse than you thought.
Well, the good news is one of my children is out. So
Yay!
That's a great victory, and he's out. One is out. I'm so happy. But still, you know, the pain is huge. The amount of pain you have to take in is huge. But you know, my joy is one of two is out. And life is beautiful, and until my last breath, I will denounce the abuses of that cult.
Thank you so much for your insight. This is invaluable information.
Thank you very much for, you know, exposing the con.
Open this up for an open forum. Elaine, I'm going to unmute you. And we've got a couple of callers, and the way that we deal with calls here is we don't screen. I just say the area code. You know, keep it polite. I'm going to, somebody has their speaker on. Okay, I'm going to unmute everybody. Hold on. Just a second, I'm hearing some sound. What I'm doing right now is unmuting everybody. All right, thank you all, ladies, for joining. We're now in the open forum part, but I would like to take our first call. And Sate, maybe you can answer this one when it goes. It's a 615 area code.
Okay.
It's 615. Thank you for calling the God Discussion Show. You're on with the ex-women, our heroes for the evening. 615, are you there?
Anybody home? 615?
All right, I'm going to unmute that, mute that back up again, and now we've got a 512 area code. 512, thank you for calling the God Discussion Show.
Hello?
Hello, thank you for calling the show. You are on the show with the ex-women.
Oh, okay. So my name is Mark Plummer.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, you are the host?
I am the host. My name is
What's your name? I didn't get that. I'm kind of Johnny-come-lately here to this show.
Oh, that's okay. Deborah, Elle, and Elaine are the hosts of the show. We've been running about 3 years now.
Well, I want to thank you very much for doing what you're doing. I'm an old-timer. I've been an active critic of Scientology over the years to one greater degree or another since 1995. And, well, you kind of caught me by surprise. I didn't expect to be on the air. I was listening all this time for the last hour and a half.
Okay,
and,
I saw you in the switchboard there, so.
I'd like to say something about Mark. His screen name was Warrior, and back many years ago when I was scared to death, he was there for me online, and he has printed more documents and had more stuff up online, been very, very active to help people getting out. He came out at a time that hardly anyone was coming out, and he's just an awesome man.
Excellent.
Thank you. I don't know what to say to that. This is a very emotional issue for me, you know, especially the involvement of my children and my ex-wife and what Scientology has done to them. And I don't know. I really wasn't prepared to speak right now. But
okay,
you know,
well, I can put you back on hold then if you want. Did you call on the toll-free line or the regular line?
I did call on the toll-free line. And
okay, I'm paying every single minute for that. Is there any way you can listen on the computer, or would you prefer to listen on the toll-free?
It's much better over the phone, toll-free, because my computer is so laggy, it's dropping packets and so forth. That I have a very old computer. And,
okay. Well, that's right. Then what I'll do, and ladies, jump right in if you want to comment on anything. And if you can, just say who you are, your first name, because it's hard to tell who's who. But we do have one more call. This is a 661 area code. I'm unmuting it. Let's see if it'll go. My computer's lagging, too. 661, thank you for calling the God Discussion Show.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the line.
Hello.
You're on with the ex-women.
Yeah, but you know, they are so brainwashed. Because the outworld outside is devilized.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like the devil. You know, you're gonna die. Outside Scientology, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're told that. You're actually told that. If you leave, you will die. Horrible things will happen to you.
Custody. But there is no agreement between America and Europe. No justice agreement, except for drugs. But for kidnapping, they don't have agreement.
Oh no! So they're in the United States then, in the Scientology thing.
Yes, I will be there for my kids when they go out. I will be there. Of course, I did everything I could to get them back. I went all the way through to the international courts in La Haye in Holland. I went all the way up to the French justice, and I did obtain the solely custody by the French court. The solely, I want to see the kids for holidays, so put them on a plane, and at the time, I trusted him. I should have never trusted him because he refused to give the kids back. It's been 25 years now. I've been disconnected from my own kid, and
you'll get in a car wreck. Fires will happen. It's terrible what they tell you.
It's terrible. And it's not only COS, not only Church of Scientology, but most of cults say the same thing.
How many years have you been out of Scientology now?
25 years, and I'm still recovering, and I still suffer from PTSD.